It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A Pacific system continues to spread heavy mountain snows across the Cascades and into the northern and central Rockies. Freezing rain and significant ice accumulation in portions of the Cascades and Lower Columbia Basin are resulting in dangerous travel. Heavy lake effect snow will continue downwind of the Great Lakes, and another frigid Arctic air mass is expected. Closer to home, sunny skies with temperatures in the upper 50s to mid-60s through the weekend. A chance for precipitation returns on Monday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. At last night's Tularosa Village meeting, Mayor Deborah Cooksey appointed the following positions: village clerk and village attorney.
I am going to appoint the present clerk, Rebecca Bryant. Jeff Rhodes is not here, but I will appoint Jeff Rhodes to continue to be our attorney.
We apologize for some of the audio quality there. Best we got, folks. Deborah Cooksey also appointed a new lieutenant to the police force.
Deborah Cooksey, Mayor, is asking to approve the appointment of Warren Candelaria as chief of police at the pay rate of $30 an hour.
Candelaria was not present due to a death in his family. We do hope to have the new lieutenant here on Crazy Radio in the very near future, though, in order to discuss what we can expect to see change in the village police department. Perennial candidate Stephanie Du Bois even added something very classy to the beginning of the meeting.
Only thing I want to say is congratulations to our new mayor and our new trustees and our, again, trustee. And if anything I can do to help, I will do it. And I'm just very glad for all of you to be able to take these positions and move our village forward.
We've posted this meeting to our YouTube channel. Special thanks going out to Chris Rupp. Free tax preparation from AARP Foundation Tax Aid will take place at the Sergeant Willie Estrada Memorial Civic Center. That begins on Tuesday, January 30th. Tax preparation will run on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from January 30th through April by appointment only. If you have any questions, call 575-495-0304. Coming up on January 25th is the Republican Party of Otero County pre-primary convention. I spoke with Vice Chair Josh Beasley.
We'll be electing our delegate party to represent Otero County at the state convention. We will be electing, I believe it is 23 positions from the Republican community to go represent Otero County at the state convention. And now what the delegates will do there is they will vote to put candidates on the ballot.
You can hear this conversation in full by visiting the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. Email rpoc88310@gmail.com for more information, or check out the RPOC Facebook page. The Alamo Senior Center is hosting a watch party. Blue Zones Bound, Live to 100. Renee Reynolds told me about the event.
There's a gentleman, Dan Butner. He's bringing the information that he has learned through all this research to the watch party. And he's going to be on stage with our governor and a panel of experts, and they're going to discuss this, and we get to all listen in and figure out what they're doing.
That's on Wednesday, January 24th. Limited seating is available for this free event. Call 575-439-4150 to RSVP or get information. The Alamogordo Fire Department and Alamogordo Senior Center are teaming up to provide adults over 60 with smoke detectors. I spoke with Lieutenant Will Skaggs.
Right now, the Senior Center is taking sign-ups for anybody who, in the elderly community, who may need a smoke detector or who may have expired smoke detectors that need replacement. So what we'll be doing is installing up to 2 free, brand new lithium-ion batteries. That means that the residents don't have to change the batteries, and they don't have to worry for their smoke detectors for 10 years, and they're completely free.
That's on February 10th. Contact the Alamo Senior Center to register or for more information. The fire department is looking for volunteers to help install these smoke detectors. If you want to help, please call 575-635-7589. Well, today is Thursday. Let's have an inspirational moment from our good friend, Pastor Lauren Noble.
Good morning. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday morning thought. In John's Gospel, chapter 5, there is a story of the healing at the pool of Bethesda, and a man who had been paralyzed for 38 years was there begging. So Jesus asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" At first I thought, well, what a stupid question. Of course he wanted to be healed. Then I realized that not everyone wants to change. Some people are comfortable where they are because it requires no effort on their part, and the current situation that they're in, they already know what to expect there. And that would have been the case with this fellow. It would have been just as easy to sit and beg because he had no job, he had no house, he had really nothing to fall back on, if you will. So it would have been easy to not change, but he still chose to. And I think that sometimes it's easy for us to get discouraged, and we hope that people will change and we want them to change, but we have to realize they're not going to change until they decide that they really want to change. And we need to be mindful of that and to encourage them, but to not become frustrated. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, help us to be mindful that people are not going to change until they want to change. So it does us no good to be angry or resentful or to say mean things about them, but we need to encourage them to change and keep on praying and believing that they will. Amen. Until we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
New Mexico State Police charged a northern New Mexico couple with child abuse after they reportedly failed to get a newborn medical attention. Officers went to a home in Penasco earlier this week for a welfare check following a tip that said the woman in the home was pregnant and a drug user. The tip suggested that she could have already given birth. 35-year-old Darlene Gonzalez, the mother of the baby, initially brought the baby outside in just a blanket and diaper. Police say the newborn was purple and needed immediate medical attention. Gonzalez told police she had the baby the day before, and her husband, 40-year-old Ronald Martinez, assisted with the delivery, but they had not seen a doctor. Police found fentanyl pills and burnt foils inside the home. Gonzalez admitted to using fentanyl towards the end of her pregnancy. Both have been charged with child abuse. The condition of the baby is not yet known. The United States Probation Office wants a Grants man who was on probation locked up again after he was caught on a child pornography website. Richard Dates was arrested back in 2012 and pled guilty to distributing child pornography. Authorities connected him to a worldwide child pornography group where men shared sexual content involving children, including brutal fantasies. Dates was sentenced to 10 years and released on probation in 2021. The U.S. Probation Office says software on his cell phone shows he visited a child pornography website on January 5th, violating his probation. If Dates has his probation revoked, he could be locked up for 9 months. Republican members of the State House, John Block and Stephanie Lord, announced via social media they've officially filed articles of impeachment against Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham for violating her constitutional oath when issuing a public health order on gun violence back in September. According to the state constitution, all of the power to impeach is left up to the House of Representatives. If the State House does decide to vote on these articles of impeachment, the only way they would move forward is with a majority supporting them. With Democrats in the majority, I'm just going to call this one performance art, or maybe a publicity stunt. Now let's be clear. I'm not saying Michelle Lujan Grisham isn't guilty of violations. I just don't think this is going to go anywhere, and both Lord and Black know it. Representatives Black and Lord filed the article stating that the governor violated her constitutional oath, the one that she refers to as not absolute, when she put the public health order in place. It limited where people could carry firearms in Bernalillo County. A federal judge ruled against that order, and the governor made changes. The controversial order made its way all the way to the Supreme Court, and we're waiting on a ruling. The governor's office released a statement which reads in part, quote, "It's embarrassing that these legislators, elected to represent the people of their districts, are not pursuing a single piece of meaningful legislation to address the issues that New Mexicans are literally begging them to address: public safety, education, housing and homelessness, healthcare, but are more interested in political stunts." With an endorsement from the governor, lawmakers are considering a change that could let the courts and police more easily take guns away from people if they are deemed to be a danger to themselves or others. It's been 4 years since lawmakers passed New Mexico's Extreme Risk Protection Order, but some feel the current law needs to be tightened up. Representative Joy Garrett of Albuquerque, the lead sponsor of House Bill 27, spoke with KRQE.
One of the police chiefs that was a witness when we originally presented the bill said, law enforcement goes into these houses and we know that tragedy is waiting to happen. This gives us a tool to remove guns from people that are in some type of extreme situation.
Garrett's proposed ERPO changes would allow for police and healthcare professionals to request the order, allowing for a judge to order guns to be taken away from a person deemed to be a danger to themselves or others. Garrett also wants a judge to be able to hear that petition at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Additionally, if the petitions are granted, the gun owner would have to turn over all firearms immediately instead of the current 48-hour window. I don't know, folks. This sounds like she's treading dangerously close to a Second Amendment violation.
Sometimes people say this is a threat to Second Amendment rights, but frankly, this doesn't affect law-abiding gun owners. This is for extreme cases where there's a risk of suicide and when someone threatens others.
Well, since politicians are never known to abuse authority, I'm sure this would go exactly as intended. In no way whatsoever. Garrett said the proposed changes are based on feedback from police and judges around the state. Lawmakers have yet to set a hearing on that bill. Lawmakers are debating a range of issues up at the Roundhouse, and one lawmaker is looking to put money towards the so-called cloud seeding. A bill filed by Representative Jack Chatfield, Republican of Colfax, Curry, Harding, Quay, San Miguel, and Union counties, would direct the state's Department of Agriculture to create a 3-year project to look into cloud seeding as a way to combat climate change. Cloud seeding is the process of artificially forcing clouds to drop rain. Currently, the New Mexico Interstate Stream Commission is in charge of a similar program, and they've approved experiments by a Texas-based company called Seeding Operations and Atmospheric Research, or SOAR. Chatfield's bill seeks to put nearly $2 million towards a new cloud seeding operation. The cash would flow through to the New Mexico State University. They can't control our crime, they can't control our borders, and they can't control spending. Now they want to control weather. I'm scared. How about you? Sports and weather next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 32 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Pine Hill at Carrizozo, Goddard at Moriarty, Hagerman comes to Tularosa. Wow! Go Lady Cats! There are 39 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Pine Hill at Carrizozo, Cobrey heads to Loving, Tularosa heads to Mora. Wow! Go Wildcats! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 64, low tonight of 39, wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 33, high tomorrow, 58 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny with winds gusting as high as 29 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 21. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 43. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 18. Low tonight of 24. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 16. High tomorrow of 40. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 16 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com. And learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.